21st century, we have to start acknowledging whether you're a social enterprise or merely an enterprise, you're local or global. You're not bound inherently by where you are. Having said that, it's a decision and it's an opportunity. The decision to be local is a decision to be intimate, to be grounded into the community, to be a participant amongst the other group of people who share social values, geography, and culture. People don't want to lose that. And so the challenge that they face is how do they take what is essentially a good idea and make it blossom. Multi-local is usually the way to go, which means you take the very essence of the thing and you recreate its DNA somewhere else so that it too can both be participant in a larger organization but still have local values. And I think if you look back all the way into the 19th century, you'll see the growth of the cooperative, the growth of the mutual trust, the growth of the benefit societies, all being multi-local organizations. They only lost that sense when they thought that they had to be a large corporate governed organization. And actually they didn't have to be. They could have stayed multi-local forever.
I would say be brave and be ambitious. We're on the edge of a whole new business revolution, and so take those opportunities and be bold.
Create Foundation's a business, but it's a social business, which means that we balance running sustainable, profitable businesses with delivering good, positive social outcomes. So we were founded about 3 years ago with a vision to generate employment and training for people who've experienced homelessness, initially in Yorkshire and then throughout the UK.
I think the first key aim for us is to get the business here in Leeds absolutely solid, and we're very, very close to doing that now. We've got 4 different businesses: the outside catering, the cafes, we've got a food redistribution warehouse that offers people all sorts of skills in forklift truck training and stock rotation and warehouse management. And then we've got a vintage and clothes shop as well, which we think is one of the first charity shops to be set in a shopping centre. So that's today, but then where do we go from there? It's a really interesting one for us, because what we don't want to do is to grow Create here in Leeds to a size that where it loses its ethos, where it loses the fundamentals of what we do and why we do it, which is so important to us. So we started to think about, instead of growing bigger and bigger and bigger here in Leeds, perhaps we should think about picking Create up and putting it down in another city somewhere else. And that really started to get people excited. We started to think, if we can do this here in Leeds for 60, 70, 80 people every year, imagine if we did that in 60 cities across the UK. And that starts to sound as though it's going to transform a whole community.
Our ambition is really focused around seeing the people's lives day by day being touched by, being really benefited by the dignity of working for themselves and earning their own living. So we want to move that on in partnership with other people to open up in 20 other locations in the next 3 years, to see decent sustainable businesses and employment training academies running with Create in 20 other locations across the UK.